What is up, my frosty brethren? My name is Arctic, and today I'm bringing you guys some initial impressions of Star Wars Battlefront. I've been playing the last few days or so. I started on Thursday, and the reason I'm playing so late is, as many of you know, I actually moved. So I bought my, Christy actually bought my Star Wars Darth Vader PlayStation 4, so I'm playing on PS4. And, I showed it off a couple times on stream, and I was super excited to play, but I didn't want to unpack it and then have to pack it back up, so I just didn't play it all until we got all moved in and settled in. And Thursday I did like a 2-hour stream. Then I played a couple games here and there on the weekend, just popping in, playing like 3 or 4 games, just kind of getting the swing of things. I've kind of had already heard from other people like their initial impressions over the last couple weeks about the game. Some people feel it's not complex enough or that it's too easy. I've heard things like dumbed down Battlefield. Those are all things I think that kind of come to mind, but I think my expectations after playing the beta were kind of set in line. So I knew once I was going to purchase it, it was like, okay, this is the type of experience I am going to expect. And for me, I've just been having an absolute blast. Battlefront was one of the games that was really high up on my list for this year. And I feel like for me, it at least delivers on a lot of the things in terms of immersion for the Star Wars universe that I was looking for. Gameplay wise, I think there's a couple more games that, maybe I'll throw in like a Halo, for example, that add a different competitive element that I really enjoy, or Destiny's diverse abilities and complexity in how the systems kind of interact. Those all fit a specific thing. In terms of immersion and wanting to just have some good ass fun, I think Battlefront really fills that void for me. And I've been on like a 3-4 game rotation right now, playing a number of games, and Battlefront is one of those ones I couldn't wait to get my hands on. And I think it, like I said, delivers on that idea of just having fun. So for me, I've been having a blast so far. In terms of complexity, I think there's some things, some elements of the game, those drops, the charge ups, the card system, and the card system actually adds a level of depth and complexity that I think maybe perhaps is a little overlooked from some folks. But I think in terms of just finding random power ups after you capture an objective or stuff like that, I know some of the hardcore guys, and I hate using that word, hardcore, some of the more competitive, how about that? How some of the more competitive guys kind of look at that and kind of curl their nose up at it. And, I never looked at this game as one of those things that was going to be ultra competitive. I think it was just going to be something that people could be happy about and celebrate Star Wars. We got Force Awakens that's about to come out, and I think that's also going to add a big boost to I think the number of people playing this game and being involved in the Battlefront scene. One of the weird stats I want to talk about real quick is I think like maybe a week or so after the game came out, I saw this news article posted that said something like the PlayStation 4's Battlefront community is bigger than the Xbox One and the PC combined. I thought that was freaking crazy. I don't know if that's going to apply after the movie comes out, but the number of people playing on PlayStation is just insane if that's the case. And I heard the numbers are pretty good in terms of population right now anyway. But I've only been focused on Drop Zone as of right now, and that's mostly just to learn the controls on a PlayStation. Again, I played on PC in the beta, and I played a little bit with the controller while I was playing on PC as well but that was a 360 controller. So I kind of have a general sense of how we'll play on the Xbox One. But playing on PlayStation 4, I've never been really fond of the controller for shooters. It's been a learning experience for me, just kind of getting used to the buttons, the way they feel, and the responsiveness of them. One of the things for the controls that kind of threw me off for this game is if you go to third person, you should always play Battlefront in third person. Actually, on the PC, I played first person just to kind of test the waters and see what it was like. But third person all day, every day. Anyway, so when playing in third person, on default control scheme, they have the down button on the D-pad set to flip your camera. And there's just no way to press that and it feel comfortable. I would have rather it have been the left or right analog to switch the shoulders, either left or right shoulder swap. for the camera. That would have felt much better. I think the only reason they probably didn't do that is if when people clinch up or you start sprinting, you mix it up. Maybe if you get into a gunfight and you accidentally click it in and all of a sudden you flip shoulders and it feels real awkward. That's my only guess. I have to mess around with some more control schemes. I'm just playing with the default one, so perhaps there's a setting that addresses that. Otherwise, I've been trying to get used to things, the way things feel, shooting, jumping, all that stuff with the controller. And it's not that big of a difference, but it is noticeable. Now, one element of the game that I do want to talk about is the card system. I am rank 11 now. And the card system is something that I think that adds that level of depth that in terms of loadouts that people kind of want. I don't necessarily like the cooldowns on some of them, especially when I want to switch weapons. I've been using pulse cannons. I did a double grenade loadout with thermal and the impact grenade. Then I tried a scout pistol, which was okay, and then I switched to the pulse cannon, which is like a charge up sniper rifle. So far I probably like the pulse cannon thermal grenade loadout the best, my card right now, I think I'm using focus fire, and that's just because I don't have one better to unlock. So I really like the kind of the loadout in that sense. I'm trying to get used to them being on a cooldown. I think that's kind of slowing me down a little bit. I'm sitting there trying to press either my grenade or, and I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want to spam grenades. So I'm not saying that the cooldown is bad, but at least for the weapons, it feels awkward having a cooldown on a weapon you want to switch to for whatever reason. Your weapon overheats, or you're sniping and then you want to quickly swap, or you don't have a shot. It just feels weird. So that's pretty much it. Initial impressions. I again having a lot of fun. I think that if you're looking for some depth of play, I think there's a lot of games out there that do that better. If you want to play Battlefield, you probably need to play just Battlefield, because this is not going to fill that void for you. But in terms of just being immersed in Star Wars, I think that this does a pretty good job. The environments are great. The graphic fidelity, awesome. A little bit more on the environments. Some of the pathing is not very clear, especially in the jungle maps. Not very clear. So I'm trying to get used to it. I don't want to knock that, because initial impressions, it takes a little bit to learn some of these maps, and at most I've played a map maybe 4 times so far. So it's not like I have this insane amount of knowledge of the maps yet. So I'm holding off on that. Maybe I'll come back to it later. But anyway, game looks great. I think a lot of people can rally behind this and enjoy it. I don't necessarily know if it's worth $60, but it is a game that can be played and you can have quite a bit of fun on it. So that's all I got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you've not already. Till next time, folks, I will catch you all later. Stay frosty. If you like this video, you should probably click on the one down below. That'll take you to another video. You may like it. A little bit about me. I'm a former pro player. I play PC and console, mostly shooters. I also have a gaming podcast. I do tips and tactics, live gameplays. Check out my Twitch. Also, I work in the industry. Why are you not subscribed?